Greetings and welcome to Shihlobo as we bring you another powerful message by Bishop Mosa Sono.
Every one of us here needs to add value to the vision. Every one of us, no matter how small your role is, you need to add value. I mean, Bazalana, it takes a lot of people to make this organization work. And not only people who serve in the Ministry of Health. There are people who are praying in the background. Like I told you last week, there are people whose contribution is to be regular members. They are a symbol of consistency. Even if a hurricane can come, they will be coming to church. Resourceful people, they understand that resourcefulness is about adapting. It's about repairing. It's about reusing, recycling. A resourceful person is creative. They found alternative to make things work so that they can add value. Some of you, God's given you a gift to be a leader, but you don't want to lead. When they give an opportunity, you don't want to lead. Whether Koskolong or in the community or in your family. I don't know why I'm standing this side. Always care, mamo. Never underestimate the talent that God gives you. See, the problem is this. When you are talented in something, it is so second nature to you that you wonder why other people can't do what you're doing. That's the problem of being talented, you see. But when you understand that you're a resourceful person, you're going to use your talent for the benefit of others. There comes a day where every one of us is going to stand before God, and God's going to ask you. I'm telling you, He's going to ask you, what did you do with the mind I gave you, the body I gave you, the time I gave you, the talents I gave you, the gifts I gave you? What did you do with it? It's even worse for you because you are listening to this sermon. It would have been better if you hadn't heard it. But now that you heard it, you are even more responsible. You see, you are sitting in the service, you see, and he'll play a video for you in digital format. Yeah, with a laser beam, whatever, and digital sound that comes in surround format. And God will show you, He'll show you and me preaching says, you remember this? You remember that? Look what he's saying, look what the brother is saying, look what the bishop, you remember what he's saying? And then he will show you that we're now God's given you your mind. That you have a sane mind. Oh, goodness. You see, as you're driving around, healthy guys, strong guys, walking around, wrapped in plastics, half naked, can see he doesn't know where he is. Doesn't know who he is. There's nothing wrong with them physically. But the mind is not adding up. The mind is just not there. And you have a sane mind. But you've become a liability. You're not being resourceful. You're not using your mind. You have a mind. You have a great mind. You are sane. You can think. But you're a liability. Not a resourceful person. Wherever you are, they can't gain any benefit from you being there. You're not adding any value. God's given us a mind. What about our spiritual gifts? When you read the Bible, there's like 34 to 60 spiritual gifts that are there. 1 Corinthians 12, you find them. 1 Corinthians 14, you find them. Romans chapter 4, Romans chapter 12, you find them. Exodus chapter 18, you find them. 1 Peter chapter 4, you find them. These gifts spread right across. There are gifts of administration. There are gifts of leadership. There are gifts of encouragement. These are motivational speakers. There are gifts of discernment. There are gifts of wisdom and understanding. You know, there's all kinds of gifts that give. There are gifts of being an artisan. You know, you are able to build. You have an engineering mind. You know how to build. You are gifted. There are gifts of being artistic. They are all there in the Bible. And each one of us, at least if you have been marginalized, you at least have one gift. But usually we have more than one gift. But most people never use their gifts. No. Some of you, God's given you a gift to be a leader, but you don't want to lead. When they give an opportunity, you don't want to lead. Whether Koskolong or in the community or in your family. I don't know why I'm standing this side. When I say always care mamo, I give one to the tat. But many people don't use their gifts. And I'll say that again, but let me say it now. God has brought you into this world to make a difference. You don't have to be a visible part, a nose or an ear that we see. Yours might be a role that is behind the scenes. But I play that role. I said play that role when I go high. Yeah, we have spiritual gifts. What about talents? You know, talented people, you can't beat them in their talent. They're second to none. And when someone is talented, oftentimes you even see it when they're still young. See a 3-year-old who can sing a song and hold a note. When you are 40 years old, we look at along some music in Maralea no. Sansa no shapa bimbiology. Hey, when you are talented in something, it is so second nature to you that you wonder why other people can't do what you're doing. That's the problem of being talented, you see. But when you understand that you're a resourceful person, you're going to use your talent for the benefit of others. Look at your neighbor and say, I see you using your talent. I see you use it. Tell them, please don't sing for me when you're an administrator. Just focus on the books. You know, there are people who have very warm personalities. That's just their gifting. Very warm personalities. There are some people that who want it, they are supposed to work with machines. Because you ask a machine, I know about how you feel. You know, machine, when you press it, it works. But isn't it funny? We take that person who's very awkward when it comes to personal dynamics and we put them at the front desk of a company. So that's the first impression people get of your company when they walk into the funan. Azanga we found go Facebook or go website. And you think, what has happened here? I never will forget, Bazalana. I was talking to somebody the other day who told me about this guy who has an Uber. This Muruti, I was talking to this pastor, and he was in an Uber taxi going somewhere, and he left, I think, his phone or his wallet in the Uber. So I'd been talking to him, and then it was his phone. And then I called back to look for him, and the phone is answered by someone else. And I'm saying, oh, hello. Hello. So what are you so and so? He says, no. I'm not so and so, but I'm actually taking the phone to so and so, where I dropped them. Because I overheard this and this, at least I more or less know where I'm going to locate them. I wasn't sure who okay. I phoned back several hours later, and indeed he returned the phone to his passenger. I wanted to know who that guy was. I wanted to say, give this guy. No, I sing a bells. Lipaisits. Lipaisits, eh? Lay your hands on them. It's in the Puma Satan. Puma Gulabatu. Puma. Lipaisits. I was saying, give this guy a gift of money, not the bells. Yeah, baba bua di bells ba mo pele mo. Ah, ba rapelle man ba be matsogo Puma. But you see, this guy who's an Uber driver, I don't know if he's a Christian. I don't even know that. But you see, he's suited for the job. You understand? The tragedy we have in our world is that is the wrong people in the wrong positions. And never forstella. And bara furvaya man. Because when you're not gifted, you have a foster. Like those people who are doing the auditions. Even if you bimba or what are fostered or you can sing well. But when you understand that your talent is a resource from God, what about your energy, Bazalwan? A resource from God. That you're an energetic person, you have strength, you can wake up in the morning. You know, Bazalwana, we hear a lot about depression. Because you see, I used to have depression years ago, but I haven't had it for years. And I got depressed, and I noticed I was very lethargic that day. You just feel drained, listless, you know, life has no meaning. You know what I mean? You don't appreciate anything about anything. I'm not used to being like that. I'm used to having a lot of vavavum or vuvuvam. I'm used to having energy. And that's the one day I realized that one can get up and do 2 services on Sunday. Today it will be the 3rd one. And be excited about it like I am now. Shababa. And when you go to bed on Sunday, I just feel in my heart, this is what I was born to do. Wake up Monday morning. Mondays even, I don't know what happened. 2 o'clock I'm up because it's like anointing ena ya janelela. Ha enrobatse bosigo. Ke tsoa go sing, feeling on top of the world. Anointing all over. Go there, prepare, pray, everything. Wait for the prayer at 5. We've been waiting for 2 hours. By the time Bishop you take that for granted that you can do that until you lose it. Yeah. Then you'll appreciate people who are suffering from clinical depression. Because it's not the kind of thing where you can say, just get up. It's not that easy. I wish it was. And many of you have energy, but isn't it sad that people expend their energy in the wrong places? People go in the wrong spaces, use their energy. What about the resource called time that God's given us? What about the resource called relationships that God gives us? Let me pause, Bazalon. That God gives us these resources. He wants us to care for them and to use them wisely. And God wants us to invest them prudently. The truth about our life, Barcelona, is that our life consists of sowing and reaping. What we become most of the time is on the basis of what we have sown most of the time. And unfortunately, there are people who don't learn to be resourceful people. They make the wrong decisions. They go to the wrong places. They connect with the wrong people. They speak wrong words. They drink wrong things. They read wrong things. They eat wrong things. They believe wrong things. They speak wrong things. They sing wrong things. They listen to wrong music. They hang around with wrong people. And when the chickens come home to roost, they blame God for it. God has given us these abilities that we as resourceful people should understand that we are simply stewards. Stewards of what God has given to us. I'm telling you, Basalan, there comes a day where every one of us is going to stand before God. And God's going to ask you. I'm telling you. He's going to ask you, what did you do with the mind I gave you, the body I gave you, the time I gave you, the talents I gave you, the gifts I gave you? What did you do with it? It's even worse for you because you are listening to this sermon. It would have been better if you hadn't heard it. But now that you heard it, you are even more responsible. You see, you are sitting in the service, you see, and he'll play a video for you in digital format. Yeah, with a laser beam, whatever, and digital sound that comes in surround format. And God will show you, he'll show you and me preaching says, you remember this? You remember that? Look what he's saying. Look what the brother is saying. Look what the bishop, you remember what he's saying? And then he will show you that we're now and then not only is he going to show you Urubeti, he's going to zoom into your mind and just start showing you what you were thinking when you woke up. He's going to show you unonana Raiman. And God's going to show you all that. And I hope I will be sitting in that cinema saying, yeah, Mudimu. That's what they were thinking. And on top of that, agazange ate amen lo muntu wenankuduko. Yeah. Yeah. All of us, Basalan. You thought it's just us pastors. You are going to give an account. Yeah. There comes a day when the secrets of all of our hearts will be made known. Yeah. And everything, and God will call us and say, stand there. And he'll play a DVD. And ask you, Mara, Mona, what were you thinking? And he'll ask you most of all, what did you do with your gifts and your talents? Why? Because the highest form of living in God's terminology is in how much of yourself you give away. Not in how many things you amass. Not in how much you collect to you. Paul says, I have been poured out as a drink offering. I have been emptied for my mission. He says the time for my departure has come. I've run the race. I've finished my course. I've kept the faith. Now I am ready. We came on earth on borrowed time. And when we have fulfilled our mission, there's no need for us to hang around. Paul says, I'm finished my course. When you finished your course, you will not be afraid when death knocks on your door. What makes people be afraid of death is because when it comes their way, they think about all the unfinished business that they were supposed to do. Paul says, I'm ready. I'm ready. And to show that you don't need too many years to fulfill your mission, Jesus at 33 and a half years, he says, Father, I have finished the work that you gave me to do. Yeah, I finished the work that you gave me to do. At 33 and a half years, he had finished his mission. Will you finish your mission? In fact, do you even know what your mission is? There's a reason why God made you who you are. Yeah. He tells Jeremiah, before you came forth, I knew you. Even before you were born, I had separated you and I had ordained you to be a prophet to the nations. There's a reason why you are wired the way you are wired. There's a reason why you have the personality you have. There's a reason why you feel strongly about certain things and not strongly about other things. There's a reason why you come from the background that you come from. There's a reason why you feel the way you feel on the inside. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. Before you came forth, I knew you. Even before you were born, Jeremiah, you were already a prophet to the nations. There's a reason why God has made you who you are. Do you know it? Do you understand it? Are you living in it? Are you fulfilling it? David says, God, you saw me when I was knit together in my mother's womb. You sewed me together. You made me who I am. Oh, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And later on in his life, he says, Nkulunkulu wami, teach us to number our days, that we may live in a different way as a resourceful person. And we will live in a way where we redeem the time and we buy back lost time. The days are evil, but now we decide to live in a different way. Do you really know who you are? Do you really understand the value of what God has deposited in you? Think about this, Basalan, as I close. When an egg of a woman gets fertilized in the womb, there are millions of sperms that are released by a man. How many millions? 200 million. Yeah. No, he's a doctor. He's a gynecologist. He knows what he's talking about. So that's why I'm asking him. So how many doctors? 200 million. Yeah. And of the 200 million sperms, only one fertilized that egg, and that one is you. You are 1 in 200 million. Mara, look at you. You want to live as an average person. You cannot. You got to write a poster and put it on your forehead and say 1 in 200 million. 1 in 200 million. That's me. Listen. The other number didn't survive. Mara, you did. Talk about being special. Hey, talk about being chosen. Hey, talk about being set apart. Hey, talk about being an apple of God's eye. Talk about the one whom God says, even before you came forth, among the millions. Somebody give the Lord a shout in the house. Come on, give the Lord a shout in the house. Give the Lord a shout in the house. 1 in a million. 1 in 200 million. Come on, somebody give the Lord a shout. There is reason why you are who you are. There is reason why God made you who you are. There's a reason why you have what you have. Somebody give the Lord a shout. There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason. Don't play with it. There's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason that God made you who you are. Oh. 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 Let's stand on our feet. And so, when you don't live up to your level, God feels disappointed. When you become a liability instead of being a blessing, God says, I wasted my resources. Look how fine he is, how fine she is. But look at how they handle themselves as a precious gift. They are not even aware. I pray that God will open the eyes of our understanding. Would you raise your hands to God and just worship Him? Bless Him.
Well, that's where we leave it for today. We hope you enjoyed this amazing series. Join us next week for another powerful word by Bishop Mosa Sono. Feel free to get in touch with us using the details on your screen and visit our website to find a Grace Bible Church branch nearest to you. Until next time, God bless.
Missions of passion, we're building the nation. We believe in dreams.